Once there was a girl named Sia who lived in a town. She was the only child of her parents. They gave her lots of love and care. But despite so much love, Sia stayed kind and gentle. She always helped her friends and classmates. She couldn't watch anyone in pain or trouble. One day during break time, Sia saw her classmate Ella sitting alone on a bench. Ella had her notebook open and looked worried. Sia said to her friend Julie,
Julie, you go to the canteen. I have some work.
Then she walked over and asked,
Ella, what happened?
Ella said,
I was absent yesterday. Ma'am taught math problems. I copied them, but I didn't understand.
Sia smiled and said,
No problem. I'll show you how to solve them.
She sat beside Ella and started explaining. After a while, Ella said,
Thanks, Sia. You helped me a lot.
Sia smiled. Just then, the bell rang. Break time was over. Sia couldn't eat her lunch. But she was happy. A few days later, it was drawing period. Sir John gave a test. The students took out their drawing books and colors. They started the test. After sketching, everyone began to color. Sir John walked around the class. He stopped near a girl named Lisa.
You're not coloring,
he asked. Lisa stood up and said,
Sir, I don't have colors.
Sia knew her father was a clerk and barely managed the expenses. She quickly stood up and said,
Sir, I have an extra pack.
Sir John smiled and said,
Okay. Give it to her.
Sia went to her desk and gave it to Lisa. Tears came to Lisa's eyes. She said slowly,
Thanks, Sia.
Sia smiled and said,
You're welcome.
Then went back to her seat. One evening, Sia was walking home from the store. She was carrying a bag of snacks. On the way, she saw her classmate Emma. Emma had not come to school for a few days. After saying hello, Sia asked,
Emma, why are you not coming to school?
Emma smiled sadly.
My father lost his job. He can't pay my school fee. I'll come back when he finds work.
Sia felt sad. Emma walked ahead. Sia went home. That night, Sia looked quiet. Her father, Daniel, asked,
What happened? My dear?
Sia told him everything. Daniel smiled kindly and said,
You can give my office card to Emma. Her father can meet me. I'll arrange a job for him. And don't worry, I'll pay her fee this month.
Sia smiled brightly and said,
No, Dad. I have my savings. I'll pay her fee.
Daniel gently patted her head and left the room. The next day after school, Sia went to Emma's house. She gave her a card and said,
Emma, this is my father's card. Give it to your dad. He can go to my dad's office. He will help with the job. And I'll pay your fee.
Emma and her mother were very happy. They thanked Sia with big smiles. Sia went back home. The next day, Emma came back to school. Her father got a job too. One morning, Sia came into the class. She saw a beautiful handmade card on her desk. She picked it up and opened it. Inside, it said,
You have a kind heart. May all your dreams come true.
Sia was surprised.
Who kept this here?
She whispered. She looked around, but everyone looked busy with their own work. She sat down, still thinking. The class started, but that day Sia couldn't focus. Her mind kept going back to the card. From the next day, she found a new card on her desk every morning. Each card had a sweet message or a nice prayer for her. Now it became a habit. She smiled every time she saw a card. Something else also changed. When her pencil or eraser fell, some student quickly picked it up and gave it to her. One day, Sia was standing near Ma'am Ariana. Some other students were also there. Sia gave her notebook to Ma'am for checking. Suddenly, her pencil fell to the floor. Before she could bend down, a student, Lily, quickly picked it up and gave it to her. Sia looked surprised and said,
Thank you.
Ma'am Ariana smiled and said,
When we do good things, God puts love for us in people's hearts.
Sia smiled. She now understood why everyone was so kind to her. Moral: kindness comes back.